Hello, dear friends. This is Lady Sylvia, and today I'd like to talk to you about a subject that I collect, and that is Italian micromosaics. Mosaics themselves go back way to the time of the Greek and the Romans, and in AD 79, when Vesuvius erupted and destroyed Pompeii and Herculaneum, they later unearthed beautiful tile floors and wall mosaics. And I wanted to show you some examples that are in the collection of the Vatican, and I went to the Vatican and saw these. They are pretty amazing. So these are not micromosaics. They are actually larger pieces of clay and stone, marble, sometimes using onyx, and they had malachite, and using other precious stones to inlay in a pattern. And what I really am astonished is the degree of how intense and how beautiful these patterns are, and I'm sure you'll appreciate them as well. This is a floor preserved in the Vatican. Now, the Vatican, when we were there, you stand in front of these giant wall, quote-unquote, paintings, and you look at them and you go, oh my God, that is so beautiful. But actually, they are mosaics. These artisans were so skilled, and to put together something so delicate and so intricate that it actually looks like a painting. And only when you really come up close to it do you actually see the tiny tesserae. So this is a floor, early Roman floor. Look at the detail of the wave pattern, the braid pattern. Absolutely made. Never mind the amazing detail of the fish, a bowl of, looks like a bucket of grapes. Just absolutely astounding. And this was in the Vatican. Here's another one from the Vatican. And this depicts gladiators fighting centaurs or satyrs, which are half goat or half horse, half man or woman, because it could be both. Absolutely amazing. The detail of the flower trim, the bouquets, and these are called grotesque masks, these faces like that. And I believe this actually was from Egypt, this purple stone. I don't remember the name of it, but this actually came out of Egypt. But look at the detail of, this is all mosaic. It's absolutely astounding. Here's another image that I pulled off the computer from the Vatican. I remember all these. Look at how detailed. That's what astounds me, is this braided detail, the Greek key pattern. As someone who does beadwork, and I do bead embroidery, so I do work with tiny, tiny beads. But this is all actually done with tiny stones. So now, the difference between micromosaic and pietra dura, which means hard stone, is pietra dura would be if the background was completely black, you know, it's like a slate or onyx surface, and then they make flowers, usually just flowers and sometimes butterflies, and those are made with usually precious or semi-precious stones, malachite, onyx. They used marble, and they used other precious stones, but this is all completely done in tiles, different colored tiles. This is absolutely an astounding piece. And then this was found in Pompeii. So when they unearthed the floor in some of these better houses, the houses of merchants, the houses of, you know, people of importance, they discovered these magnificent floors, all made out of tile. Isn't that amazing? Look at the crab. The guy's stabbing some kind of mythical creature, because I've never seen a whatever that is. And it just is an absolute amazing thing. And I went to Pompeii and Herculaneum, and you just can't believe it when you're standing in front of it. How they did this, so intricate, it's just shocking. And then this is a famous piece that was found in Pompeii, Cave Canem. Do you know what that means? It means beware of the dog. So the thing we have on our gates, you know, beware of dog, that is nothing new. That's what this means in Latin, Cave Canem. And you see the dog on the chain. Can you believe that? That amazed me. It's one of a very, very famous piece found in Pompeii. And then when we were staying in a hotel in Barcelona, okay, this guy, he had like the most phenomenal, the hotel, first of all, I think it's called the Hotel Claris. It's in Barcelona. You can Google it. This guy must be a millionaire because he bought out this palace, renovated it, turned it into a boutique hotel. And I think the third floor is all Mesoamerican, beautiful, beautiful art, fabulous pottery and jewelry and figurines, all from Mexico. Unbelievable. Fabulous, fabulous things. And this is the lobby of his hotel. He has actually, it is amazing. These are real. These are from Rome, and it is a mosaic floor panel. This is the right panel, and then I'll show you the left. I was astounded. It's huge. Look at this. That's a sofa, so it spans beyond the length of a sofa. And then this is the other half of the lobby. Isn't that amazing? The skill it took to make these images with stone and clay tiles and marble tiles. It is just astonishing. So anyway, this guy also had a museum of Egyptian artifacts, which I showed you in my last video, talking about the different types of stitches that the Egyptians were well aware of. Well, this guy has a whole entire museum, and when you stay at the Claris Hotel, he gives you a free ticket to go to his museum, which was amazing. I was absolutely astonished. But anyway, so the guys who worked on the Vatican, and these guys were just blessed with talent, because the images they made in the Vatican are so intricate, they look like real paintings. From afar, you would never be able to tell that they were mosaic until you're standing right in front of them staring at the picture. And the reason why I was told they did this was because the presence of people and I guess, you know, oxygen or whatever damages paintings, and the amount of people and the heat would have damaged a painting. Those paintings are huge, huge, huge. So they did them in mosaic so that they're eternal, they'll last forever. So when these artisans were finished with the Vatican, they, you know, really didn't have anything else that they could do. And they did a lot of churches too, but then, you know, once that runs out, what are you going to do? So a lot of them turned to making micro-mosaic to the tourist trade. So in the 1700s all the way through to present day, they began selling little souvenirs to the tourists. And they came in all shapes and sizes, but these were made from glass. And they take a long, thin rod, real long, a multicolored long glass rod, and they get them, of course, in Murano and the Venetian glass. But they get these just tons of rods, and then they clip them. I can't even believe they did this, but I actually saw a girl doing this. And this became very popular in Florence. Now, when I was in Florence, I was at that famous plaza where they park all the tour buses. It's kind of sits above the city of Florence, so you could look out on all the beautiful, you know, cathedrals. And there's a giant reproduction statue of David. And there she sat at a little table with these rods, making these beautiful things. And the little once they cut them into little square pieces, they're called tesserae. This one is in the shape of a mandolin. Absolutely beautiful. I'm still in awe, though these were just tourist pieces, I'm still in awe of the detail. Absolutely amazing. Usually in brass. This one is on a safety pin. They were made as inexpensively as possible, but she did beautiful work. I deeply regret, you know how you are when you're a tourist. You go to a place and you're afraid of spending money at the first place you went to. And she told me, she says, my stuff is sold at the Vatican for like 10 times what I'm pricing it here. And she had some beautiful things, and I deeply regret not listening to her, because when I went to the Vatican, she was right. Something for $125 was like $300 to $500 at the Vatican. So anyway, throughout the years, I began collecting, and I do love this cross. This was in my room downstairs. It is missing that one sector right there, but I don't know if you could see the detail. Just how magnificent. Teeny tiny, all the way out. And it says Roma down here. It is absolutely astounding. And this one these are all from my doll room downstairs, my bead room and doll room. And since I'm packing up to leave, I brought them up here so I could share them with you, my friends. So this one also says Roma down there, is absolutely beautiful. Look at the detail and the tiny intricate patterns that go up the sides of the cross. And there's the dove, which is the symbol of the Holy Spirit. And look at these teeny tiny little flowers. I don't even know how the heck they did this. But these people are so skilled. Just astounding. There's that, I guess, rivet where they riveted the cross of Jesus. I just think it's an astounding example. It was in my collection for a very long time. And then I found this at an estate sale. This is unbelievable. I just absolutely fell in love with it. Daisies and little flowers. Look at this cross, how big it is. And a lot of them made in Italy, it's again on brass, which has tarnished. Some of them had popes' pictures, but this one was missing the picture. So this is one of my favorite pictures of Jesus. And I love that picture. So I cut it out and printed it, and I laid it in there because I just love that. So I have to pack these up like I will of everything that's downstairs. You should see, oh my God, my room, my hallway is now covered in boxes. So they also, as part of the tourist trade, made these little brass snuff boxes. And though this is just a tourist piece, look at the detail of how intricate. The star pattern, forget-me-nots, the flower in the center, and all the little details around the sides. I love that. And this one is roses with little daisies. And here you can see, if you look, you can see, let me tilt it to the light. You can see the little square pieces around. And this is also a snuff box. And then I got these pieces from my friend Kirsten Red Resale, and I really love these. Now, though these are tourist trade pieces, I admire so greatly the detail in them. Imagine, this is all teeny tiny pieces of cut red glass. How they did this is just astounding. This one has a later clasp. They're all marked Italy in the back. And they're all made with, base metal, an alloy of some type or brass. This is so beautiful with the aqua background. I loved it that it's a larger piece. Let me tell you, I have tons of little ones, and those little ones are all decorating my antique dolls. I put them on their dresses. But these are a little bit too large for most of my dolls, so I'm going to keep these for myself. Look at this one. Same similar aqua-colored background, which I thought was so beautiful. And this one with bouquets of flowers in the center. Beautifully detailed. Look at that when it catches the light. And you can actually see the little glass tiles. It's just incredible. This is an older piece. You could tell by the old C clasp, marked Italy. Here's the last one. This one is the later one, the most late one. This is probably from the 50s. And a lot of these, you'll see these, you know, this size I can use on dolls. And these you can find in everywhere with this little curly Q pattern. I actually bought a whole bunch of them at a thrift shop for $5 a piece. And they're absolute, I still admire them. You know, call it what you will, that they're just tourist pieces. There's still an artisan worked on this. And I appreciate someone who took the time and had the skilled eye to do these things. You know, I work so hard on my bead embroidery. I work so hard on my jewelry. And I really do appreciate those of you who received a gift from me, that you have written me back and told me that you liked it, or, you know, some people said they absolutely loved my work, and I'm very grateful for that. Because, you know, as an artist, I put a lot of my heart into all my pieces. And when I look at something like this, you know, I think of the heart of the person that put so much labor into such a tiny little piece of jewelry. Anyway, I also wanted to show you, here I brought her up. She was in my bedroom, but I brought this doll up to show you. She's gonna get packed up. But before she goes away, see, she's wearing one of the antique micro mosaic crosses. And this is, I'll stand up, hang on a second. There, I made her earrings and I made her necklace. And I used the micro mosaic cross. She is what is known as a tinted bisque, or to many collectors, she's called a Parian. And she has an exquisite hairdo with a beautiful band. And her beautiful garnet shade gown came with her. And of course I had to give her an antique purse, because what lady wouldn't be without her purse? And these are old steel cut beads. Let me close up your bag so you don't lose your money. And there's my multicolored rose bouquet. I treated myself yesterday at Costco. Anyway, so I have another dear, wonderful friend, Tanya, from My Jewelry Addiction. And I bought these from her. These are from Desert Rose Trading, and they just arrived today. Look at this beautiful necklace. This is turquoise and amber. Oh, I just love the greener color of turquoise. I mean, a lot of people love the blue. I mean, there's blue in here and green, but I just love it. I just think it's so beautiful. It's sterling silver. And I think she went to an estate sale and bought out a bunch of these. They're absolutely beautiful. So Tanya, thank you so much. I'm glad I found when you were selling. And I bought this from her also. Beautiful amber, and with matching earrings. All of these have matching earrings. Look, check this out. I do have pierced ears, so I'm super happy. And look at this piece. It's beautiful. Look at the back. These are all Desert Rose Trading, set with amber beads. It needs a little dusting, but that's okay. It came out of somebody's collection. And look at this. Now this has real beautiful greenish, sort of, I almost think that's an agate, with turquoise and amber. I loved it. It's so unusual. Isn't that unusual? And then they have the little bit of amber on the side and then the turquoise. Oh, they're so pretty, really pretty. So I was super, super excited, and I think these sold for much more than what I paid. In fact, I know they did. And whoever she bought these from the estate of, I don't think she wore these. It's funny how some people buy jewelry and never wear it, but I'm glad I have them. And thank you, Tanya. You are such a wonderful, she's such a wonderful lady. If you get a chance, go to her channel, My Jewelry Addiction. She is a wonderful, talented lady, very, very intelligent. And she lives where I used to live. I lived there for 12 years. So it's a lot hotter where she is. I mean, it's hot here, but we're in the 90s and sometimes she's in the 100s. But anyway, she does have fabulous things, and you should find her and check her out. And so does Kirsten Red Resale. And of course, before I close, I want to say an enormous thank you to Jason Adams, my friend and a dear, dear human being. Please check him out and sign on to his channel. He is such a blessing. He really is a wonderful human being and a super talented artist and a wealth of knowledge to anybody who wants to know about really intelligent knowledge of jewelry, of ages of things. He's really fantastic. And he is a wonderful human being, just an all-around really great guy. Just love this cross. Anyway, blessings to you all. I love you. Take care. Bye-bye for now.